the oil that transformed Brunei. Discovery, wealth, and the modern state. Nestled on the northern coast of Borneo, the small Southeast Asian nation of Brunei Darussalam owes much of its modern identity and wealth to a single event, the discovery of petroleum in 1929. This moment did not just unlock natural resources. It reshaped Brunei's economy, politics, and global position, propelling it from a quiet British protectorate to one of the richest countries per capita in the world. The story of Brunei's oil boom is not only one of prosperity, but also of how natural wealth can define a nation, a destiny, in both empowering and complex ways. Before oil, a sultanate in decline. Prior to the discovery of oil, Brunei was a waning power. Once a formidable Islamic sultanate in the 15th and 16th centuries, controlling large parts of Borneo and the Philippines, its influence had diminished by the 19th century due to colonial encroachment, internal strife, and territorial loss. By the late 1800s, Brunei had become a British protectorate, its borders reduced and its economy heavily dependent on subsistence agriculture, fishing, and a declining trade network. The Sultanate was at risk of total political obscurity, until geologists struck black gold. 1929. The Seria oil discovery. In 1929, geologists from the British Malayan Petroleum Company, now Brunei Shell Petroleum, discovered oil in the Seria district close to the South China Sea. This single discovery proved transformative. Drilling began immediately, and within a few years, Brunei was exporting thousands of barrels per day. This discovery marked the beginning of Brunei's oil era, setting the stage for rapid modernization, wealth accumulation, and eventually, political independence. Economic transformation. By the 1950s and 60s, Brunei's oil revenues were funding significant investments in education, infrastructure, and public health. Roads were built, schools and clinics opened, and the general standard of living rose dramatically compared to its neighbors. The state, under the leadership of the Sultan, became a rentier economy, where the government largely funded public services through oil profits rather than taxation. This allowed the Bruneian monarchy to consolidate power while providing extensive welfare programs, including free healthcare, education, and housing, for its citizens. A nation of wealth and stability. Today, Brunei produces around 100,000 barrels of oil per day and has vast reserves of natural gas. The oil and gas sector accounts for over 90% of government revenue, making the country one of the richest in the world per capita, according to the IMF and World Bank. This wealth has also enabled Brunei to maintain political stability under its absolute monarchy. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, in power since 1967, remains one of the world's longest-reigning and most influential monarchs. Challenges and future outlook. While oil has made Brunei rich, it has also created economic dependencies. The country has been slow to diversify, and fluctuations in oil prices or reserves could pose future risks. Additionally, questions remain about political freedoms, transparency, and the long-term sustainability of a hydrocarbon-dependent economy. Efforts have been made to diversify into sectors like Islamic finance, tourism, and technology, but oil remains Brunei's dominant economic pillar. Oil and identity. The discovery of oil in 1929 was a turning point that forever changed Brunei's fortunes. From the quiet sands of Seria emerged not just a fuel source but the foundation of a modern nation-state. While the country continues to navigate the opportunities and challenges of oil wealth that fateful strike nearly a century ago, remains the bedrock of Brunei's transformation into a global outlier, small, wealthy, and monarchic in the heart of Southeast Asia.